You know, as consumers, we have really the power to make a difference in our shopping choices, and we're doing it as we shop local here. Again, returning to the Fresh Shopping Network as we broadcast from Just for Kids, the children's boutique here in Warsaw. And Courtney, a lot of great products and services to talk about during this segment, and we're going to focus a little bit on Goshen, aren't we?
That's right. We're going to take a break away from Warsaw, but we are, again, here at Just for Kids off of Buffalo Street, having a good time. We have customers throughout here. They're busy today, but we are going to take a second and talk about some Goshen businesses.
Yep. Absolutely. And let's talk a little bit about Hoover Lumber and Coal in 4 Acre. And they have a great little system going on here. And it's a system, Courtney, for pipe connections. Now, many of you at home struggle with spot welding and things like that. I mean, who can do that, right? But at Hoover Lumber and Coal, they have a connection system. Actually, it's called the Shark Bite connection system that connects either PEX, PVC, or even copper tubing together, and it's really easy. And if you'll hold this mic for me, I will show folks at home how simple this is. At Hoover Lumber and Coal, they have everything you need to do your own pipe fitting at home. And this little gadget right here is a pipe connection system demount clip from, again, Shark Bite and Hoover Lumber and Coal. And if you're wondering, you know, how do you get these pipes apart? You know, they're really on there great. They're on there very, very tight. Well, you use this little demount clip, and it's so simple. Watch how simple it is.
Let's see.
It worked for me off camera. Let's see if it works for me here. But the demount clip, you just get this from Hoover. You slip it down on the pipe like this, and you just simply pull off. It's really easy. So you can see how you could do that for the PVC, for the PEX, or even the copper. And they've got all different kinds of fittings as well. And here is an example of, what would this be? This would be a stop end. Great idea, huh? A stop in. You would put the stop in, obviously, at the end of a pipe rather than to try to do something fancy or out of your range of ability. Just put the stop in there. And another great item here is the elbow from Hoover Lumber and Coal. Lightning fast. It won't let go. It's the Shark Bite elbow fitting. And finally, along with the demount clip and the elbow and the stop, we also have all the pipe fittings that you'll need along with the pipe. PVC, copper, and the PEX. They're all there at Hoover Lumber and Coal. I'm glad that everything worked the way it was supposed to.
That's why we did it first. So if it didn't work, we could, but I promise this was the first take. So
yeah, it was the first take. It's just that simple. Check them out, Hoover Lumber and Coal. You can go to our website at myfresh.tv and learn even more about what's going on at Hoover Lumber and Coal. They have all the pipe fittings and a whole lot more at Hoover Lumber and Coal. Time to talk about Northern Indiana Back Institute. You know, they're leading the way in spinal decompression and progress made and enjoying life once again. That seems to be the testimony from a lot of people who go to Northern Indiana Back Institute. If you're maybe suffering from low back and neck pain, decompression just might be the solution for you. And decompression therapy is a clinically proven, non-surgical, computer-aided technique, and it's done in Goshen, of course, at Northern Indiana Back Institute. And it's really a fascinating technique. You can learn more when you go to myfresh.tv and then link directly on to Northern Indiana Back Institute. But if you'd like to get really up close and personal with the doctors and the nurses there at Northern Indiana Back Institute, one of the better ways to do that is to attend one of their free decompression seminars. Now, if you go to the website, through ours, myfresh.tv, you'll see a listing of the different seminars that are available, again, free of charge. So if you have any question about decompression therapy and you want to put your toe in the water maybe before diving in completely, one of the better ways to do it is to attend one of the decompression therapy seminars. As we've said before, another great component of this whole healing process is the nutritional component. And Courtney, they combine at Northern Indiana Back Institute nutritional supplements, which are very important. It kind of supports what they're doing with decompression.
They do, and I can testify to that because when I went in there for my rib, they gave me the nutritional components to go along with it. So that was very important on the healing process and getting back to the road of recovery. And that was very important to them, and it obviously became very important to me.
Yeah. Sure. It's very important, and I get the feeling at Northern Indiana Back Institute, they'll go even beyond that to make sure you're back on your feet. They have performed literally thousands of these therapies over the years, so check them out in Goshen, 875-4444, 875-4444, as we continue our focus on both Warsaw and Goshen merchants and those who are offering great services like Northern Indiana Back Institute here on the program today from Just for Kids. Well, as we talk about Goshen, we move a little bit toward the inner city as we head over to Matterns, huh?
Right downtown Goshen on the corner of Main and Washington sits Matterns Butcher Shop and Corner Deli, and we've talked about his sign in there that says how important it is to have a relationship with your butcher, and we are having a relationship with him whether we like it or not. No, he's a great guy, Dustin, down there at Matterns. But today they brought some of their coffee down here for us, and this is like a new thing that they're offering. We've got some Sumatra coffee and a Costa Rican blend, and I know that when we go in there we always get a cup of coffee, and it is very, very good.
Yep. And this is Blue Moon, by the way, which is right out of South Bend, Indiana. So again, another local reason to go to Matterns Butcher Shop and Corner Deli.
And you know what I did last week? I didn't tell the viewers because it happened afterwards. Is we were there shooting at Matterns, and he had all the coffee out, and I took the labels away. And we were sniffing the coffee, trying to figure out which one was which because I had taken the labels away. So hopefully if you've been there, you've had the one that you
I remember that.
But they all smelled wonderful.
Yeah.
But they also have the olive branch there, which is out of Toscana Park in Granger, but they actually have an entire setup there at Matterns, which is great. Today they brought in some balsamic EVOO and as well as some 18-year-old traditional balsamic. It's actually from Italy. So there's a lot of really neat things at the olive branch. I know I've been in there. I really haven't gotten to take the look that I'd want to, but offer a lot of specialty olive oils. And, you know, he slipped this in here. Let me read it real quick. It says, it's believed that things that you might not know about olive oil, it lowers the risk of blocked arteries, it lowers your blood pressure, your sugar levels, it contains vitamins A, D, and E, and it reduces acidity in the stomach and the risk of kidney and gallstones. So pretty good stuff, and of course they have a wide variety of meats there because first and foremost it is a butcher shop, and I know they have lots of lunch specials as well. So make sure to get down there. Lots of unique items offered there.
Absolutely. I love what they say about the olive oil qualities, and it is true. You know, we talked about Northern Indiana Back Institute, that nutritional component. I guess you could say that at Matterns they have a nutritional component to what they do too. That's very beneficial.
And they do, and I know a lot of their meats are natural, and they take good care of everything they do. That's very high quality food, so you're going to get the best there.
All right, check them out. Matterns Butcher Shop and Corner Deli in downtown Goshen. Well, another great sponsor here on the program from Goshen is Pro Automotive, and you need to call on Jeff Angel at Pro Automotive for all of your automotive needs. And Jeff would like to remind you that he has another shop in Mishawaka. I was just past Jeff's Mishawaka business the other day, and it's the Car Doctor, and they're on McKinley in Mishawaka. But Jeff really wants to focus on the Goshen business right now. Pro Automotive, they have complete diagnostic and repair services there for you, and some great FSN specials, Fresh Shopping Network specials. So when you go in for any kind of work, I mean, if it's an oil change or an alignment or any kind of diagnostic repair work, you just mention FSN, ask for Jeff by name, and he'll take good care of you. Pro Automotive, Mr. Jeff Angel, their address is 2122 Deerdorf Road in Goshen, Indiana, 533-2373, 533-2373. Again, Pro Automotive, Jeff Angel, another great supporter and sponsor here on the Fresh Shopping Network. You know, you talk about coffee and you talk about the olive oil, and, you know, it does, even with just that, it makes you a little bit hungry, doesn't it?
It does, especially if you've been down to Matterns. They have so many good things. I had they had a beer and cheese soup that they made homemade. They're making a lot of their soups in store there, and it was I took it home and had it for dinner, and it was delicious. So just knowing about the butcher shop makes me hungry because they have so many good things there.
Well, you probably will work up an appetite, too, after visiting Hoover Lumber and Cole and getting these fittings off with the little demount clip. Yeah, can you do that one more time holding this? And I just want to do it one more time. This is Hoover Lumber and Cole. Again, if you've just joined us, these are fittings that are available through Hoover Lumber and Cole, and this is called the Shark Bite demount clip. And you just put that little demount clip right there. I mean, otherwise,
sure you want to do this again? Because if you don't do it now.
Yeah. If it doesn't work, we have to redo the whole segment. Yeah. But there's just no way you can pull these off, unless you have the little Shark Bite demount clip. And look how easy it is. You just push down and pull, and it comes off just like that. And remember all the times that you've done this kind of work at home without the help of the demount clip from Hoover Lumber and Cole, where you've had to do soldering or some sort of gluing. Well, this is about as easy a pipe connection system that you'll find. And so we've got the food covered, we've got the mountings covered, we've got the decompression. If you happen to pull too hard, you might hurt your back. We've got it all covered here as we talk about Goshen businesses and services.
Well, I'll wrap you up.
Okay, wrap me
He's
up.
getting chatty today. We'll be back after a short break. Stay tuned.